Welcome back. We are home from Unbound. It's been a few days. It's Wednesday. I know I said I would post something right after the race, and I did record a little bit throughout the week. Not sure if I'll post that or not yet, or when I will. Didn't end up recording as much as I would have liked, and then after the race, I was just destroyed, honestly, and so is the bike, as you can see, doing the teardown today. Just rebuilt bottom bracket, pulley wheels, headset bearings, or I cleaned and re-greased the headset bearings. So I'm in the home stretch at least. All we got to do now is put wheels back on, put chains on, which I got chains going in the wax pot right now. But yeah, we can talk Unbound a little bit. I'll talk as I work on the bike, because we are, tight on time as always. But yeah, Unbound, I think went as good as it could have. Didn't get through the mud as well as I would have liked. We switched to 50 mil tires. Probably should have gone 45, and then I think I could have gotten through the mud. But I also played it very conservatively and jumped off pretty early, and I probably would have been all right, but I tried to get back on probably a little bit too early and then clogged up my wheels and had to stop to clean them out. So probably more human error than anything, just judgment call error. But then rode all right, was with a solid group until the second feed zone, and then got dropped there. Just took a little bit too long, and then just didn't have what it took to bridge back up. I don't even know if I really would have stayed with the group that much longer, even still. I was pretty tired at that point, or at least getting pretty tired. Was able to power it all right for the most part the rest of the day. These wheels, though, saved me in some of those wind sections. These wheels are unbelievably fast, so I'm very grateful I had these. But yeah, it was just a tough day out there. Popped in and out of groups, picking people off, getting picked off by people, and then probably around hour 9 is when I really just was worn out and kind of hit a wall. I mean, at that point I had ridden in rain and mud for so long. I mean, it stormed probably the first 6 hours. It was just a brutal day out there for me, for the bike. And yeah, just eventually hit a wall. I got to the water stop and just poured a bunch of water on my head. Not even because I was necessarily hot or overheating. I just needed to shock my system a bit, and at that point I had gotten picked up by one more group and rode into the finish with them. Got dropped up Highlands by 2 of them, and then me and Taylor Finney came into the finish together. So I think I ended up 51st when it was all said and done, which I'm not upset with. I mean, it's my best race result there. Last year I was 59th, so it beats that, which, you can't be upset about, and arguably the worst conditions I've raced it in. But also from a power standpoint, my power was down compared to last year. I think just overall, my ability to really race it was down. Last year, obviously the mud played a bit of a part in it. But, last year I was in the breakaway and was a bit more active throughout the whole day. But yeah, just didn't have it this year. And I think a lot of that has to do with my current life situation. Some of you guys may know I've been in a long distance relationship, and kind of in the background have been plotting that move, ending that distance, and things kind of came up a little bit quicker than I thought they would, and ended up applying for, interviewing, and at this point now having accepted a new role in Chicago. So I will be moving to Chicago at the end of the month. And the process kind of just happened. I wasn't fully expecting it all to come along at the rate that it did. It resulted in me having to make a couple of trips up to Chicago, or make a trip up to Chicago for an interview, having to do just normal interviews throughout the week, even the week of Emporia, communicating with them on offer stuff and all that. I accepted the offer the Friday before the race, right before openers or right after openers. And yeah, I've just been super busy with other life stuff, and I just didn't have as good of a build up as I did last year. And reality, I never will have another one as good as I did last year. I really became a monk last year. I really did. And over the winter, I really tried to figure out a way to make this a full-time job. I really did. Talking with brands, talking with teams, trying to get something put together that would allow me to race full-time, and maybe either do some contract work as an engineer, or something part-time, and it didn't work out, and that's all right. So that's why I tried to do the wild card thing, one last effort at it, which that didn't work out. So I think I was kind of knew deep down that last year going to the World Championships was a bit of the last hurrah in a way. That was, for me, probably going to be the peak of what I would be able to accomplish. And I'm extremely grateful that I was able to go out there and do that. And, I'll cherish those memories forever. The best bike ride I've ever been on will still probably always be the opener ride with my dad, the day before, and just stopping at the coffee shop after and just really appreciating, what I was able to accomplish and all that. And, I'll cherish that forever. And, this doesn't mean that racing's over for me. Obviously, moving to Chicago throws a bit of a wrench into training. I'm so used to the roads that I've been riding on here in Indiana for the last 7 years. But like I said, it doesn't mean it's over. I've had good training in Chicago. I've had the ability to. The biggest thing for me will be adjusting my work schedule, working different hours. But I'm up for the challenge. It'll probably adjust the races that I do. I'm still doing Dust Bowl. Gravel Worlds in Lincoln will kind of be TBD. If I don't feel like I can fully prepare for it to the best of my abilities, then I won't go. And and then otherwise we'll focus on gravel nationals and Big Sugar. But yeah, it's a new chapter. I'm excited for it. It's bittersweet, just because this has been my life here for so long now. It was my first job out of school. Still have a lot of friends here, but I'm excited for the next chapter with her, being closer to my family, new job opportunities, and what all that will bring. So it's a new challenge. Like I said, new chapter, and yeah, like I said, it doesn't mean that we're done riding. For all I know, I'll get faster. We've been doing the same training, or I've had the same training structure for the last 7 years. Maybe a change up will make me faster. We'll see. But yeah, if this last race, if Unbound was the peak of my fitness, then I can at least rest that it was a great result for me. And we'll go from there. It's like I said, it's not over, just a new chapter, new era, and I'm excited for it. But for now, up on the schedule, got to clean and fix this bike first, and then we head out to Utah for ENVE Rodeo. Super excited for that. Most fun event I do all year, so excited to get back out there with the Bicycle Station boys. Some of the lads are coming, so gonna be a good time. And then we make the move to Chicago, and we start getting ready for Dust Bowl. And also, I think I'm gonna make my crit return. If I'm gonna be living in Chicago, I gotta bring back Intelligentsia Cup or Chicago Grit. So we'll do a couple of those races, break the melee out from the trainer, and yeah. But that's the Unbound overview, recap, and some life updates. So I'm gonna finish putting this bad boy back together, go eat some dinner, go rest some more, and I will talk to you guys later.